Hey, make sure you buckle up and brace yourself for heart-pounding chases and plot twists that are more thrilling than the movies. If you want to feel like you're on a roller coaster without leaving your seat, then welcome to COPSCAM Police US. Now let's go.
Troops, we're overhead. (920) Echo 275. Got runners. Five.
The chase began when the GMC driver sped off at 90 miles per hour. 3 passengers fled on foot, but the driver kept going, forcing police to call in aerial support and prepare for a decisive pit maneuver.
Busted up here, guys, also.
Hi, Roger. Look like you tried to
bodies in the bed? Negative, nobody's in the bed. 55, of course.
10-4, you're still eastbound on 90, passing the 456 mile marker. Vehicle coming to a stop, yellow. The vehicle just came to a stop. They're left at the 456 mile marker. They're left at the 456 mile marker. Still continuing eastbound on 90. In mobile, still eastbound on 90, crossing the rest area.
Units in the front, back up. I'm trying to get that on.
Area 1 boy 1006, 1 boy 1006.
Kenny County, I think that troop's going to try to do a pit.
Here, 1004 Rio, still eastbound on 90. Approaching the 460, speeds of 70. I can see that one, the Border Patrol check on highway 90, approaching 460, speeds of 70 miles per hour. 1 boy 1006, we have a 1080 heading in your direction. Can you set up spikes?
Hey. Good bit.
Eastbound highway 90, approaching 460, speeds of 70 miles per hour. 1 boy 1006, we have a 1080 heading in your direction. Can you set up spikes?
The chase ended with a flawless pit maneuver. The suspect confessed to human smuggling, uncovering a hidden firearm and 2 undocumented immigrants in the car, unraveling a chilling and dangerous secret. A breathless chase unfolded through a wildfire zone as the damaged car sped on its rims, stubbornly fleeing while flames erupted along the highway.
Get your phone, Yep. Where are you going, mate? Where are you going, buddy? Stop him!
The drama peaked as the suspect tried to escape, but a brave citizen stepped in to help police subdue him, a moment of unexpected heroism and impact.
Dangerous police chase going on right now in South Oklahoma City. Bob Mills, Sky News 9, up above with Jim Gardner in the air. Jim, talk to us.
Well, that's right, Amanda. Right now, you're looking at that car that the police are in pursuit of.
The chase began when the robbery suspect rammed a police lieutenant's car. Driving recklessly, he narrowly avoided crashes before veering off the road and rolling over multiple times.
Tried to run over a lieutenant at the Oklahoma City Police Department. They have been following him for quite a while here. He is now coming up to Eastern, so we're westbound on Southeast 44th coming up to Eastern here. When he came up to close to I-35, he was in traffic, and they tried to catch him and walk up to the car there at Southeast 44th and I-35, and he refused. They had their guns drawn on him, but he just drove off and got around and started down Southeast 44th to the east here. and then he got to the east a little ways here, just west of Tinker, and they tried to confront him again, and he turned around and came back westbound on Southeast 44th. We are now going southbound here on, I believe that's going to be Eastern, so he's southbound on Eastern here at high rate of speed. And let's see what's the next road here that we got coming up. And it looks like it's going to be Southeast 59th. So he is still Southeast 59th, running at a very high rate of speed. Again, Oklahoma City's kind of backed off here because Air 1 is in the air, and he's going to run right through this four-way stop. It looked like he may have had the light there, though, and he just blew right through that four-way stop. We were reaching high speeds now, coming up to I-240 here. So pretty soon we'll be coming up to I-240. He's got it slowing down now. Oh, boy, he just missed that truck that was pulling out of a driveway there. So again, we're coming up, we got some traffic up here. He's probably going to go in the opposite lane of traffic. Yes, well, he's sliding, he's lost it.
And he has flipped
several times.
This is
I think he was ejected from the car there.
This is a suspect who apparently tried to rob a store.
This is going to be right before we get to I-240, and right before you get to the train tracks here. And this is kind of in an industrial area, but he whipped by that truck and he just lost it and couldn't control it.
And he is giving up. Jim, as you were on this chase, did you see any more than just one person inside that vehicle?
No, I didn't. I did not. And he came out the passenger door there. He's trying to get in. I mean, police are telling him to get down. Well,
Although the suspect had surrendered, he suddenly tried to get back in the car to escape, but was stopped by a K-9 unit. The chase ended safely, delivering a fortunate outcome to an otherwise risky situation.
And then kind of held his hands up, and then officers was telling him to get on the ground, and he walked around to the driver's side and literally looked like he was trying to get back in the driver's side, and he was going to try to drive off. So that's when they moved in and took him into custody here. But again, what started this whole chase was that this is a robbery suspect. And when they stopped him, and there was an Oklahoma City police lieutenant that confronted him, he tried to run over that lieutenant, and that's what started this pursuit. And luckily, again, Amanda, it came to a good end here at Southeast 44th, just before I-240, with nobody getting hurt. Jim Gar Point live from Bob Mills, Scotty's 9.
Yeah, we got it. Everyone's got it. It's eastbound still on ISB.
Is anybody going to be able to get up and confirm it? I'll be in position with stop sticks on 92, right on I-4.
The white van became the center of a dramatic chase as the driver overtook a large truck and made a reckless U-turn. Helicopters and police joined in, pushing the situation to a peak of tension.
Okay, in front of the semi now, left lane, coming up to LPGA. Still continuing eastbound past LPGA now. Coming into the turn lane, making a left, making a U-turn. She's back westbound on ISB. Westbound, outside lane, into the grass. She's losing control here. Signal for rollover, just east of that, west of that little bridge on ISB.
A sudden U-turn caused the vehicle to roll multiple times, leaving it heavily damaged. Police discovered heroin and prescription drugs inside, revealing the motive behind the reckless actions. The driver will face numerous charges after being discharged from the hospital.
Good traffic, stop this if you need to. Bravo 51, come on scene. Bravo 30 seconds.
Well, we'll find Cheeto. We'll find the dog. How big's this dog? How big's the dog? What's little? Little tiny. Like little tiny? Chihuahua. Chihuahua, Chihuahua. Yeah. I got it. Oh, got the dog. He's fine. He's all right. He's all right.
Coming to a stop at the green light at the entrance ramp. Look at that, pulling into reverse, reversing into that La Habra PD unit. That primary unit standing still as that work truck rams into the hood of that SUV. Look at this, ramming in again in reverse. That work truck now pulling it into reverse, ramming into the front of that PD unit for no apparent reason here, but the charges have just been amped up dramatically here as he pulls into an industrial general area. And look at this wild pit there. Full speed into the front of the work truck, boxing him in here. And now they will be forced to use force if this driver does anything threatening whatsoever. Look at this, backing up into those black and whites. He's backing up and shoving those units out of the way. Desperate to get away. Officers with their guns drawn, and the K9 unit out. Look at this, over the tree, through the trees, and trying to get away. He's through private property, running through a fence here. He's trying to ram through a fence, trying to get through those trees, and these units have to get back in their vehicles. 3 La Habra PD units are going to be calling for backup here. And now
The intense chase involving a stolen truck turned the highway into utter chaos. The suspect reversed into police vehicles, plowed through trees and fences, and drove the wrong way, bringing traffic to a standstill.
Completely disabled that work truck, taking the fence with him, and now getting on to the freeway, I think. He just got onto the freeway. He's going the wrong way on the freeway. He's going the wrong way on the 91. He's going eastbound on the westbound side of the 91 freeway. A stolen work truck ramming into police officers, refusing to pull over after what was a relatively tame pursuit, has now gone completely off the rails here as we now go eastbound on the 91 freeway with debris being dragged along the freeway. That work truck ramming into 3 separate La Habra PD units. Those officers jumping out of their vehicle with their guns drawn and then ramming full speed into this work truck. And now this work truck appears to be having mobility issue in the position here. Look at that. It's a female driver jumping out of the vehicle, running into across lanes.
The chase ended when the suspect jumped out of the vehicle, ran across the highway, and hid in a parking lot. Police quickly apprehended him, bringing the unexpected pursuit to a close.
Lanes of the 91 freeway, now using the shoulder. You see the night sun up above the here next to the 91 freeway. Moments ago, all lanes of the 91 freeway have been reopened. A wild and crazy pursuit ending here in Corona. Reporting live from Air 7 HD, I'm Chris Christie.
To a pursuit. For a time there, police had kind of pulled back. This pursuit started in Oklahoma City, now down into Norman, Highway 9 area. They had backed off a bit as they were locating him and then also watching the speeds. Well, now it is back on, and this is the car.
A high-speed chase caused chaos on the streets as the suspect dangerously accelerated, ran through intersections, and swerved into oncoming lanes, endangering other drivers.
Stay with us. You're obviously our best bet when it comes to following this guy from the air. He's going so fast. Are you having a hard time keeping up with him? And it looks like he's coming up on some police officers here.
They've got some stop sticks out. They've got stop sticks. He's turning around now.
Yeah, that's exactly.
He's turning around now.
That's exactly right. We are having a hard time keeping up on him. He's now going southbound, and we're going to really, really dangerous situation.
Yeah, Chase.
Back to you guys.
And Chase, from our vantage point now, look how close this officer is right now trying to take this subject down. Like Chase just said, the Oklahoma City gang unit is involved. They're considering this person armed and dangerous. They were able to turn in just a moment's notice there to avoid some stop sticks. And now this officer trying to maneuver and figure out how are they going to get this car to stop and prevent any more danger on the roadway.
And obviously trying to just surround him from all areas, get him to slow down. Here comes a second unit right behind him. You can imagine that all of these units now on this person's tail. This is a very residential area. I mean, look at all these homes, these yards, and the people here have no idea. Do we have, Condor, do you?
There we go.
Oh! Yeah, he has hit and sparks flying from this power pole. He has just flipped, and we're about to see them respond to him. I'm guessing this is not going to be good for that driver.
They have now they're out of their vehicle, guns drawn.
With a daring maneuver, police forced the car to flip and crash into a utility pole. In the chaotic aftermath, the suspect was subdued, leaving a dramatic scene on the roadway.
To stop a vehicle that is driving like this and a person that may be wanted that was behind the wheel there. So they have guns drawn, and they are now approaching the vehicle, trying to figure out next steps. Somebody is getting out of the car, hands in the air.
And so it looks like this
multiple
people are surrendering here at this point once they flipped the car and it's smoking and police are moving in on them. Probably just want out of that vehicle.
There. Oh, they just knocked out the window there.
Smashed the glass. So we're about to get our first look at who is inside this car, who have led police on this chase for what, half an hour at this point. So we're just watching this live along with you.
And if you're just now joining us here, this is in an area off of Highway 9 in the Norman area. This chase started in Oklahoma City, made its way all the way down into Norman as police tried to figure out how are they going to stop this car that was traveling at high rates of speed, passing people, lots of near misses, and blowing through intersections. Now you have officers on the scene after doing a maneuver to stop this car. The car flipped into the air, landed at this telephone pole and or power pole, and now we want to talk to you, sir. You're flying directly over this. We can only see, this portion zoomed in on the vehicle and the suspects here. What else are you seeing? Oklahoma City gang unit. So we have been assuming that these people have been armed and dangerous. And you can see now, I'm assuming that's Norman FD on the scene there. Firefighters, EMTs on the scene, like we said, likely coming now to provide some medical assistance to the 2 people that were in that vehicle. The third has been removed, but now EMTs there on the scene, going to get this person on
a stretcher.
This backboard, which protects head and neck. If there's any type of head or neck injury, this is what they will use to make sure that that person is protected as they move them to a hospital type situation. But again, EMTs, Norman FD on the scene, and we will continue to keep you updated here. You have been watching a live cut-in here from KSCO 5. Maggie Carlo, Marky Martin here with you this morning.
Now to breaking news. CHP right now in pursuit of a driver in South Los Angeles. Gil Levis is overhead in Sky 5 as this driver is weaving his way through traffic. Gil.
A tense afternoon unfolded as police spotted an unlicensed vehicle on the highway. Despite being approached at close range, the driver hit the gas and sped off, weaving through multiple roads and escalating the situation further.
At the Hawthorne exit off the 405, we thought the driver was going to stop. Stopped at one point, they had the conversation, but then the driver just continued on its way. But as you can see right
the pit maneuver. They may know something we don't know. Maybe the driver is armed or maybe making threats to the officers. It's hard to say. We haven't heard anything like that. But the driver there kind of looks like he's just looking in his rearview mirror and just kind of maybe egging them on. Here he goes, right next to him.
Having a conversation with police.
We'll get a little close here and you can see again.
Yeah, I mean,
wow.
At this point, Gil, officers can't believe this person is possibly armed or has anything like that if they're sitting there having a conversation with the man with their windows down.
No, I highly doubt that. So look at this. Oh, and he was distracted there, blocked him in 4-way, so we're seeing it.
4-way block.
Now, okay, he's going to come out, and that's going to be it, but he's a little agitated there.
Resisting arrest.
And, yep, fortunately they're able to get him into custody there, but he was distracted there for a minute and that unit pulled in right ahead of him.
Despite reaching only 60 miles per hour, the chase remained dangerous as the driver ran red lights and weaved through crowded intersections. After more than an hour, the car came to a stop and the agitated driver was subdued, now facing multiple charges.
Coming to an end with the driver still resisting a little bit.
Yeah, still resisting a little bit, but an hour into this, it has now come to a peaceful end with no injuries on the roads, thank goodness, here in Rancho Palos Verdes, with the sole occupant, the driver of the car with no license plates, in custody.
CHP, I mean, distracting him and able to box him in, that turned out to be the best strategy, as we were wondering why they didn't use a pit maneuver, or we were waiting to see if spike strips was possibly going to be used, but it turned out just having a conversation and distracting the guy turned out to be the best way of taking care of it, and thankfully coming to a peaceful end, as that driver was driving casually throughout the city roads and just kind of taunting police at many times.
Yeah, it was. He did actually blow through some intersections, and so that was a bit, dicey of a situation for some of the motorists and pedestrians out in the Torrance area where that happened. Again, this taking a long route from East LA, about 3:47 this afternoon, ending here about a little bit an hour later. And made his way, as you were saying, not going too fast on the freeways, 10 freeway, 101, the 110 through downtown Los Angeles, and then on the 405 northbound where he exited in Hawthorne. and onto Hawthorne Boulevard, where this has now come to an end in Rancho Palos Verdes with the suspect in custody. There was a bit of a scuffle trying to get this suspect in custody. And when he was having that conversation with the CHP officer, Pedro, it looked like he was very confused as to why he was being followed.
Yeah, he was. You could see it in his face. I mean, our cameras got that close where you could see the reaction from the driver having the conversation with the officer. And it wasn't until another officer noticed he was distracted, pulled out in front, they boxed him in. And here we have our conclusion.
There it is. All right, Gil Levis over in Sky 5, thank you so much for your coverage. And we're going to take a break here with this breaking news.